Welcome to the Illuminated Path, where I give you a Thursday to Thursday reading. And I think that this reading is going to be more comprehensive, and I want everyone to really walk away with the word positivity. Positivity, because the sky is literally crying right now. This is the end of my umbrella because it is raining here, and I woke up with anxiety in my chest the past 2 days. And when I'm driving in the rain today, and I like the rain, I like storms, but when I'm driving, I felt this overwhelming sadness in my heart space, like I just needed to cry. Now, since I knew I'd be recording this today, that's when all of those messages start to come in. So I'm tapping into the collective to see where this sadness is coming from. And it's a collective sadness. There's a collective fear and anxiety. There's a collective grieving that's happening. And we as people, not just as empaths, but as people, we absorb those energies, and those energies need to be released. And so what the universe is providing right now is a way for us to release it. So when there are storms, when there are rains, when there are earthquakes, when there are eruptions, whenever there are natural things happening that cause chaos, this is the Earth's way of transmuting that energy, and we can tap into that and release that as well. So here, while it's raining and there's hurricanes plummeting along the coast, we can tap into that chaotic energy and release. So for you, take this however it comes and however you can. This is about releasing into the chaos, leaning in to the chaos in a positive way. This is only done through releasing your positive control. And what I mean by that is we have two methods of self-control. We have like our negative self-control, meaning when we're angry, we don't allow ourselves to pummel people in the face because we'd go to jail, right? And then we have positive self-control, which is where we control our demeanor and our emotions and the things we allow ourselves to express because we want to keep moving forward, or we don't want to interrupt people, or we don't want to look weird. And that has to be let down in order for us to transmute this energy and tap into the chaos that the earth is providing for us to have a release. So this could look like dancing outside. This could look like spitting in the rain. This could look like having sex. This could look like punching the earth. Not with this part because that might hurt you, but maybe with this part. This could look like just letting go. Letting go of how you look, of what people think, and allowing yourself to have that emotional release. Go outside and just scream. Who cares if your neighbors call the cops? Maybe you let them know beforehand, hey man, I need to scream. I need to have a good scream. Cry. Let yourself cry, but cry outside or cry in the shower where those tears move into the water and the elementals and can go back to the earth. Through you releasing, the earth is providing you ways to do that. It's only our need for self-control and how we look and how we compose ourselves and our demeanor that is keeping that release from happening. The earth is always here to help you. We're always going through cycles. We just have to lean into her. And right now she's providing that opportunity. So I might go get some body work done, have my joints pulled out of socket, have someone punch me in the back, and then I'll cry and it'll release and it's going to be great. I might also run around out here in the rain here in a little while. That's going to be a fun time too. I pulled a different kind of reading for you guys. I am using my Celtic Tree Oracle deck, but I pulled it instead of like one or two cards just coming forward to see how we do. I pulled it in a tree type of spread, meaning we have the roots, we have the trunk of the tree, we have the branches, and we have the fruit. So we're seeing how this goes. Now we also understand that the roots, while quite often they mean the past, I'm not reading the roots as the past in this particular context. I'm reading the roots as your foundational spaces, the thing inside of you that is your foundation that you build everything else on, the thing inside of you that keeps you feeling secure moving forward. And in your root space today, you had this particular birch tree. This is your endings and new beginnings. In fact, I'm pretty sure I pulled this card for you guys sometime in the last month. This is your endings and new beginnings. In your root space, your security spaces, your foundational spaces, something has ended. It is already dead. And your new beginning is starting. You have new roots coming out, and this could make you feel a little shaky at first, but you're over the hump. You're over the big part, and now you're in all these new roots coming out, and they're spreading deep and long and wide and bringing security. They're going to be bringing you a strong foundation for the things that you grow moving forward. This is good. Along the trunk, we have this apple tree. Isn't it beautiful? I love that apple tree. Now, when we look at the apple tree, this one has a lot to do with your feminine energy, but we know feminine energy is your intuitive abilities, your emotional spaces. It also has to do with fertility, regeneration, motherhood. So if we're thinking of a new beginning and regeneration, we are building something new. We are becoming, through having a new beginning in our root space, we are becoming someone new, someone more capable of creation, someone who can bring abundance and manifestation, someone who can create in life what we want to see and who we want to be. That's important on a personal level for you and on a collective and political level. Now we're going to have the branches. We have this particular vine. Now, this vine is actually in the sequence of order right after the apple in the book. And this vine brings things to fruition. This is actually the abundance card, whereas the apple card is the motherhood card, which is the manifester, the creator, the one who brings abundance. This card is the abundance. This is the card that says, hey, I'm here. It's time to celebrate. It's time to laugh. It's time to dance. We are abundant. And that's not even the fruit. That's not even the end goal. This is just where our branches are. This is the dream. This is the next space that we're coming to. The fruit. This is the end goal, this fruit. So I'm going back to the beginning because this brings us, it's interesting how this layout came out because the root is the number 1 card. It has the number 1 on it, which means it's the number 1 card in the book. The apple's the number 10, the vine is the number 11, and the fruit card is the number 2, which brings us right back to that new beginning, but what happens after that new beginning? With this particular card, this is all about protection. That's the bottom line. That's the end goal. Now, a lot of the time when I say protection, we get a little nervous because even though we all want protection, it makes us realize that there's something to be protected from. So I like people to understand that you don't really want protection. What you want is safety. What you want is to exist how you are without complication, without upset, without prejudice. What we want is to exist in our true spiritual form without fear. And that's what that card is offering. So whatever is happening right now, personally, in your personal life, in the collective, politically, in the government, this is your connection to the mysteries of life. This is your connection to your true self, to your soul self. This is a beautiful reading here. You're going to end up right now. Stop it. Stop it. That is Gandalf the Grey. He is a true cat magician, and he thinks that he has to rub his butt all over the screen. But you have new roots that are growing. You have that manifester energy that it is creating in you right now so that you can create the abundance, so that you have that abundance. And abundance isn't just money, guys. When we're talking abundance, we're talking joy, laughter, celebration, beauty, the beauty of life, so that you have these things. And that brings us into that space of existing how we are and how we want to exist. Now, suddenly there's this other card out here that's the Blackthorn card, and I have no idea how it got here because I already put my other cards away. So I'm going to look this one up for you because I guess it wanted to come out as well. And this might be like a main goal or a clarifier card, since I just kind of found it off to the side and I'm really not sure where it came from. So the Blackthorn card: protection, boundaries, fate, strife, negation, outside influences, disruption, learning from challenges, drawing on spiritual strength, new direction or opportunity, renewal. You know what? This is the card about what we feel we're seeing happening around us right now. There's a lot of strife. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot that we are letting influence us. The outside is influencing what we have inside, but we're meant to be the light. We are meant to influence what's happening on the outside, even if it's just vibrationally, energetically. So this is where I want you to positively lose control. That means don't punch people in the face, but it does mean stop caring what people think. Go scream outside, go dance outside, release this energy, help Mother Earth release all of these built up grief energies, because you know the reason we're going through all of this. You know that it's all coming down to the protection of who people want to be, of who people really are on the inside, the protection of the authentic soul. That's the end goal, and it's already in motion. You already know who you are and how to accomplish it. You already can see the laughter and the abundance coming because you are the creator.